do and get up out of here. Super facts. Let's go. Yes. Yes, two times. I know the vibes. She like, ooh la la. There go. She like, we go on the MonDaY, best day, blessed day. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich. Popovich TV. Oh yes. We are live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling. Back up and here. One more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on this side, my side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, when the people don't be acting flaky. Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. The guns is looking good right now. We got ours in today and yesterday. So before you jump off the page and diddy to the left, usher to the right, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. What's good, my G? Happy Monday, almost Tuesday. And believe it or not, like real short story time, as they say. So, y'all know I switched from Fridays to Mondays because we work late on Friday. And Monday is my day off. Yet and still, I did almost 5 hours today. So I worked 3 hours earlier. And right when I was about to sit down and go live at 10:15, 10:10, get the bat line call, and then got to change and go back outside. And that's what we're going to start the show at today. I got to get up early in the morning. I got some topics, mainly on some MonDaY motivation shit. Let's start with that. It's MonDaY motivation, motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. And here goes some motivation for your ass. Don't stand on the next man's shoulders to elevate your game. Less excuses and more execution. Because the reality is nobody really gives a fuck. Getting the winning chicken dinners. I had Phoenix today. I had Detroit too, in all transparency. I think Detroit lost, so now that series is probably going to be over. And let's take a quick check score. I did have Phoenix too with that 11.5. Let's see how they looking before we get to this MonDaY motivation shit. 6 minutes left. They down by 12. It's close. Right there. Anyway, less excuses, more execution. And why is that? When people be like, yo, how you doing? Everything good? You all right? Really, people don't really care. That's just like something to say and be casual about. Like, oh, what's going on? And now some people care. I don't want to, make it seem like shit is hopeless and nobody give a fuck about you. I'm sure there's people that care about you. I'm sure there's, I know it's people that care about me, that love you. But I mean, overall, in the grand scheme of things, when people be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I ain't hear from you in a while, or I ain't see you in a minute. You good? You good? And you're like, yeah, you good? You good? You give the little dap, you know what I mean, depending on who it is, or you give the, you know what I mean, like I see you, and then you keep it moving. And then even some of the people that you have this brief interaction with, you be like, yo, how you doing? They be like, I'm all right. Plus, ain't nobody listening anyway. Nobody cares anyway. And that's the reality. can't overlook that, overstep that, or act like that doesn't exist. Motherfuckers don't care. So you can make excuses all you want. You can hit us with the sob stories all you want. But the reality is life is going to continue to go on. Time is going to keep moving. Time keeps on slipping into the future. And it's going to be what it's going to be. So you can get it out the mud, as they say, or you can make less excuses and execute more and, accomplish your objectives and your goals. But that was just a side note, right? It's MonDaY motivation, motivational Monday, etc. But here's what I want to talk about, right? Because I had to just go to the hospital. Y'all know I'm a cure violence worker. I don't know why I did the quotations, but I'm a cure violence worker. But my specific role is responding to the hospital. I won't get into, too much of what that entails, but it does entail going to the hospital when some shit pops off, right? Or some shit may be about to pop off. And here's where we'll start with a few topics, rapid fire, and then we'll get out of here. So I know we work with the kids as well. So in addition to responding to the hospital, I'm working with some of your kids, right? Baby's kids. Some of them is bad, some of them is good, right? And it's a mixture in between. You got some parents that know, let me see how I'm going to phrase this. I don't want to offend nobody. You got some parents that know their kids is with the shits and they want it to stop. Then you got some parents that know their kids is with the shits. That's right. And they don't give a fuck in this sense. I meet parents all the time and say, yo, woo, depending on where I'm meeting them at, right? And I got to keep it professional, but on the channel, I'm going to keep it authentic and I'm going to be transparent. But when I'm with them, got to be professional, right? It's my job. Some of them is oblivious, or so they say, that they kids ain't, when I say with the shit, y'all know what I mean when I say that, right? Gang out there smoking, carrying the pistols and doing the most, fucking and being a menace to society, like how I was, right? Keeping it a bean, like I was, right? My mom's knew. Now, at one point in time, she didn't. But once you find a gun in the house, once you see, the clips in the ashtray, you see your clips in the ashtrays going. Because first we're going to start smoking. And I don't know why we started smoking like that. Because have you ever put out a cigarette? This is a side note. This is my show. Have you ever put out a cigarette and then you went back and tried to relight it and smoke it? It's all stale and nasty. But we used to take the clips out the ashtray, call ourselves being grown and shit, and smoking on nasty ass stale, already used filtered Newports. My mom used to smoke Newport 100s, right? Anyway, that's how we started. When you see that, when you see condom wrappers or condoms, you see certain behaviors and movements for boys and girls, that's an indication that your kid is coming into the social butterfly spectrum, or he says that second grade shit, damn. Damn, what age was when we started smoking cigarettes? I don't even know, man. I don't think it's second grade, though, because that's early, man. Shit, you was out there early. Fifth grade, who we just was talking to the fifth graders in the school, I believe fifth graders is like 9 and 10. So second grade is mad early. But you start to see the movement. Like my mom used to tell me, and I'm not throwing my mom under the bus. I love my mother. And I wouldn't trade her for nothing, right? Even though she wasn't the best as far as parenting. But she's like, you got your little dick wet, you know what I mean? Like, nigga start feeling himself, or again, as I said, moving a certain way, acting a certain way. You feel like you puffed up, like you a grown man, but you're not a man yet. You far from a man, and a real man to show you that, right? So just little shit she used to say. So I'm only pointing that out to say, now that I'm, a father 2 times over, right? And I done had my own life experiences and shit. You could tell when some of these kids is with the shits. You don't say anything. That's a fact. You don't say anything. You don't do anything. Then it's the parents who become aware that they kids is with the shits, but they don't know what to do. So that's what we're going to talk about briefly. And why are we going to talk about this? Because I won't even play the video for sake of time. I'm not even going to even be on here long. But y'all seen the video. I'm sure y'all seen the video. I'm sure you seen it. I said all that to say, to lead us to the first topic of tonight, which is why we in the end game, is because a 15-year-old boy slammed a young girl, I think 15 or 14, on her head. I'm sure y'all seen this video because it's viral. And that shit got my vein. It got me triggered. It got me really, really mad. You know what I mean? Even though I've seen a lot of shit. And I often play on the channel and say, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. But when I seen the video, I was triggered. I was definitely triggered. So, 15-year-old boy slammed the girl, you know what I mean, on her head, and he stomped on her head. The juice, what's the word, right? And as it would have you, I spoke to the moms, right? And this is before I seen the video, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't know what I could say on my channel and what I do in my work for my job. But I end up speaking to her, you know what I mean? Before I knew that this was her daughter about to go viral. And she was like, yeah, my daughter got slammed on the head and woo with some boy. And I'm like, well, did they know each other? And, you know, asking if you trying to ask the questions. And, you know, she didn't really have all the details. It was freshly new. And you have to be real aware, self-aware and mindful when you're dealing with people that's, you know, have trauma going on, a loved one is hurt and stuff like that. But then 2 days later, I seen the video. And then I called her because I have her number. And I said, yo, this is, you know, I didn't get to see your daughter because of what was going on, but is this the situation? And she was like, yeah. Then that shit made me mad more, right? So when our kids came in at my job, I told you I work with the kids, separate the boys, separate the girls, even though it could have been a conversation that we had with both of them together. But I thought it was best to do it separate. One for the boys, not that one is, you know, exclusive to the other. Both need emotional intelligence. We're seeing a lot of young, you know, ladies, young girls to be, young women, right? Soon to be, get rejected. It may not be a lot of videos like the boys, where they get rejected, they keep putting their hands on people, they doing shit. Then when the boy lash back out, it's like, yo, but she's a girl, why you put your hands? Like, everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. Billy D, my guy, what's up, Billy D? Come to open house on Thursday, 12 o'clock. I told you to pull up. I don't know why you ain't pull up yet. And I'm live on Instagram right here, and I'm live on YouTube. I didn't see that last message, partner. Pull up and come through the open house. At least do that part first so we can start the process. I would love to have you on the team so while we walking and shit, you can have us laughing and all that. Nah, we don't be joking around on the job. You know, we got to be serious. Anyway, back to separating the boys and the girls. So first with the girls, right? Because again, if you've seen the video, the young brother tried to stop her, right? And she was trying to cross the street. He tries to stop her. She didn't yell out, didn't say, help me, or, you know, I don't know who this person is. Even if she knew him, though, if he's doing something like this that's inappropriate, you should say something. You should speak up. But what she did was she turned around, went the other way. She never looked back. She never seen if he was following her, and he did follow her. And ultimately, because she didn't have no wherewithal, and I'm not blaming her at all or anybody else in this circumstances. But what I told the young ladies that we deal with, if you're in an awkward or situation where you feel unsafe, somebody's trying to impede your progress or, you know, corner you off and you go the other way, you should let people know. Don't feel like you crazy and, you know, you just yelling out. People, hey, what the fuck is going on? And people just be walking down the street, you know, yelling out obscenities and doing shit because they crazy. They got to learn how to speak up. But also be aware. You ain't turn around not one time. And he was able to come behind you, pick you up, you know, and slam you and then stomp on you, right? And then you can hear the boys behind the video, you know, recording. I tell the young ladies, not only that we deal with, but in my family. Same should apply because although you're not my family, and this is what I told them, I still love you like you're my family, right? Try to keep your head on the swivel. When you got your headphones on, walk with one off. You know what I mean? If you got earplugs, walk with one so that you can hear with the other ear. A lot of times, you know, a lot of the girls, you know, that we have, and when I had this conversation with them, it's like, you know, boys be real rude and they be saying obscenities and come here, shorty, and, you know, saying foul shit. Grown men too, to young girls. So this is my way of blocking it out. And I say, okay, cool. You blocking it out. You're blocking them out, but you're also blocking out other stuff that's happening around you. And that's the worst thing you can do in a fast-paced, urban city. And like Jada said, it's rough in the GHE, TTO. Gotta learn how to hear no evil and see no. I spit nothing but acid like amino. Still good for your skin though like a vino. You have to be aware of what's going on. Not just, for something like this happening, but as I just said, there's a lot of crazy people out here. They putting something in our orange juice. They putting something in our chopped cheese. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I know I'm in my 40s. I think I'm still looking damn good. You know what I'm saying? Body, mind, spirit, even on the inside too. Just coming off another 4-day fast. I did 7, then did 4. No food, by the way, no food. So I'm feeling good, feeling energetic. But we seen often too many times, one of the craziest videos I seen, lady sitting on the platform outside, and got to be in the Bronx somewhere. That's where the most of the trains go out, Brooklyn, Queens, and the train is outside. Sitting on the platform outside, you know what I mean, and outside in the street, and this dude just walks by with a pile of shit in the bag. I'm not exaggerating. You can't make this up. With a bag of shit, smack flames out of her with the shit. See what I'm saying? So you could be oblivious all you want, blocking out men, women, you going through something mentally, so you got your music playing, you're trying to soak up a different energy, a different vibe. I get all that. But not in New York, not in DC, not in Detroit. You have to, women be like this on the train. Women be walking. I do it all the time for fun. People may say, yeah, that's nasty. Can you imagine? Fun. Oh man, that's hepatitis C and I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like more or less, like she wasn't even paying attention. So he just came from behind. Let me take my glasses off. He just came from behind, like this. It's disgusting, bro. And didn't get caught to my knowledge. We seen a lady get set on fire, people getting pushed on the train, and that's just the subway. But we also seen people get, hate to be graphic, and I'm not trying to make light of nobody, that had the situation. We seen the brother, what's his name? Fox 5, rest in peace. That's not his government name, but the rapper just finished slicing 3 elderly people on the train, and then they killed him. So you could be walking in the street and somebody could be doing the most, you won't know because you're not paying attention, and then something bad happens to you. So that was the conversation with the girls, right? And I said we could have had it together. Now when we talk with the boys, our boys power group, boys empowerment group, right? To empower our youth, to teach them how to go from boys to men, right? Not like the group, but like the group, boys to men. You got to know that when you take your glasses off, when you take your hat off, when you take your shirt off, you are who you are before you got here. Like Hope said, you was who you was before you got here. You could try to change, but that's just the top layer. It's what's inside, right? And I'm stating that to say, when you get older, when you're young, your face is your face. You're not a woman. So you can't put eyelashes on. You can't put lips. You can, and then you can go the other route. You can go the LGB5QR train, right? You can jump on the Q train, or you could be a man. But you could get your shape up. After you get your shape up, like I just came from the barber, right? Still can't hide that. That's fine. You could put Vaseline on your face, and that's you. That's who you are. Women gonna let you know, other men, maybe not like in the handsome department, but you're going to see where you stack up. Because, in my opinion, as a man, we don't get told a lot of bullshit. Like, shit going to be all right and you're going to just get a fairy tale, right? You're going to be told, no, you're short, you're fat, you maybe not be that handsome, and no matter what you could do, after you put the glasses on and you put the hat back on, again, when you get in the shower, like Kevin Sam used to say, when he tell the women to rate themselves, fresh out the shower, fresh face, no makeup, no stilettos, no dress that's making your body look good, just you, up and down, butt ass naked. Who are you? And how do you look then? Even though that doesn't determine who you are inside, we're just talking about the physical appearance. But I'm saying all that to say, Gray Fire, what up? When you're a little boy, you can work out to be your best version of yourself, yeah. But if you're ugly, you're ugly. And I'm not judging you, but I'm saying women gonna judge you. And you sure is ugly, right? You sure is ugly. And what Big say? Ugly, he said black and ugly as ever. However, I stayed Gucci down to the socks, rings and rocks filled with rocks. And my jam knocks in your meesy beasy. Girls pee-pee when they see me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting money now. So I could be black and ugly as ever. I'm still smashing. Going to still smash. But my point is, if you got craters in your face, if you got messed up skin, if you going bald or whatever, you can't beautify yourself. After that shape up and you put lotion on, that's who you are when you come to the world. So the world is not going to lie to you. A woman, oh, you a dime. You get dressed up, you put a wig on, you could make your whole, men dress up like women and look like totally different people. So you can get that dopamine of looking good, getting attention. Men, we ain't going to get that. If you get some dollars, now where them dollars at, then the bitch is going to pay attention. The low-level women going to pay attention. But I'm talking about you for yourself. Oh, you ain't tall enough. You ain't got the six-pack. You ain't got the Superman jaw line bone. Your shit ain't bulking out. You ain't got the muscles or whatever. You don't got the charisma. You could get charisma. You could get swag. You could get game. You can't change your appearance, though. You can just work out and be the best version of yourself. Women, they can put a girdle on. So you fat, you might, you know what I mean, tuck it in. Your titties could be bigger. You can, make your face look slimmer, your nose, putting all that shit on. And then niggas gonna look like, damn, shorty could get it. We got a lot of things against us. That's a fact. So what I tell the young boys is, I said all that to say, you gonna get rejected, bro. You ain't special. Well, motherfucking 50 Cent, some Marcus C. So I don't know who need to hear this, but you thought you was special, nigga. You ain't special. None of us is. You may be special to your moms. Your kids may think you special, dad, if you're a good dad. You're a good uncle. Uncle Leon, I'm a good uncle. But the world to the world, you're not special, my nigga. So you're going to get rejected. Now, how you deal with that rejection, that's key. That's where you win or lose in life. And that was the message to the young boys after seeing this video. Like, yeah, she curved you because she liked the nigga that, got the leather jacket on, or he got a tattoo on his face. He got an ice cream on his face. His moms let him get an ice cream on his face, and he think he the ice cream man. Cool, let her be with him. There's plenty more fish in the sea. A bus come every 10 minutes, like the song says. You know what I mean? When the beat goes on, some of y'all might be a little too young for that. You know what I mean? But when the beat goes on, it's another bus coming. So you don't have to fret, pull your hair out, and act like she's the only girl in the world. Because she's not. Chances are, she probably ain't going to live up to your standards anyway once you get to know her. Like, oh, she's just another bop. She's just another bird. And she a bird, it's a bird trap. You think if you ain't rap, she would flirt back? That's you for thinking that. Because that's what you're dealing with. So we have to have more emotional intelligence. We have to have more discipline and self-resilience for yourself, bro. Man up, level up, as they say. Level up, level up, level up by having discipline. And when you treat her like a star, in return, what does she treat you like? Oh, like a fan. You're the fan, and she's the star, you're the fan. That's why you got to pay them no mind and get your schoolwork done. You know what I mean? Get your training on. Get your mind right so that you can make yourself the best version of yourself, and then you'll have the pick of the litter, and you won't have to chase. And I think the message resonated with some of our boys. Some of them was looking kind of lost in the face. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I know when I was younger, I didn't get all of the girls. Definitely didn't. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get heartbroken, or you got to go through some things, and then maybe you can get it. But never act crazy because you got rejected, because you're going to get rejected. A lady, you're going to get rejected, bro. You ain't, you know what I mean? That's part of life. And not only are you going to get rejected one time, got news for you again, you're not special. You're not special. You're not special. You may be special to some individuals, but overall for the world, you're not special. And there's a lot of women in the world, so chances are Especially, now I won't even get into, the day's climate of dating and what's expected and what you gotta have just to go on a date. You know what I mean? Like, just to get a regular date with a regular person, you're ordinary people, and we don't know which way to go on some John Legend shit. Just to get a date, like, you gotta be making a whole bunch of money. You gotta be in tip-top shape. You gotta be in 1%. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have the D. Hey, you gotta have everything. You miss one thing off that list, and you're gonna be not having no dates. And I'm exaggerating a little bit because in the real world, not on social media, we know that getting women this is probably the easiest time in human history that you could bag and get women. All you gotta do is be confident and have a little charisma, and you're gonna snag something. That's easy money, to be honest. But let the internet tell it. You gotta have a credit score of 850, and you gotta have a home and a jet and all that. So I tell the young boys, you're going to get rejected, and that's okay. How do you deal with the rejection? That's the part that we need to focus on. Are you over emotional? Are you overzealous? Is your heart broken into pieces? Or you like, all right, you know what I mean? She ain't like me. Somebody else will. It's somebody for everybody. It's somebody for somebody. You just have to find them. But just because you get rejected and you're in school and you're in high school, and a lot of these times, that's why I gave a couple examples when I was young, just to say, your future's my past. I've been here before. I know where you're going. You know what I mean? I got into vision. You know what I mean? Like the whole, I know where you're going because I've been there before as a young boy that wasn't popular. You know what I mean? Got dissed, was poor, got laughed at. So it didn't come easy. Then you get a couple dollars, you learn some things through experience, you develop who you are or some of who you are, because we're still growing. If you want to, continue to grow and get better, to be your best version of yourself. So who I am now is not who I am 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You keep evolving, hopefully for the better. Some people just keep regression and they pieces of shit, and that's just what it is. I don't fit that category. I don't think I never fit the piece of shit category, but you get what I'm saying. You're going to get rejected, and that's okay. Just keep on trying. Just like when you commission worker, right? And you're not on salary or you're not getting paid hourly. And I've done both jobs. When you commission based, you out there trying to get as many no's as possible because you know you're going to get that one yes. So for instance, just for the people that don't know what I'm talking about, just a quick little scenario or something to say, oh, I get it. If you can get $100 for every yes, for every person that say yes, you can get $100. How many people would you talk to get the yes? How many would you stand outside passing out your flyer, getting people to sign up? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get that yes. So let's say you got to get 200 no's. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people saying no, no, no. Throwing your car, ripping it up, looking at you up and down like, I'm good, bro. This is New York City. New York minute, niggas is pew, 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 pew. No, 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 right? But you get the yes. It's $100. So if you got the stamina, you know what I mean? Like, you got the energy to win, play the curve and get nauseous, watching the spin and spin. If you say, I got the stamina and the energy to talk to 600 people, go home with $300 a day, I'm lit. I could take motherfucking 297 no's to get 3 people. You know what I mean? I can do that to get $100. So that's why you see some people that be on the grind, on commission. They have never no worries. They ain't worrying about not getting that check. And then the other side of that, for people that want that steady hourly pay, they don't not that they don't got the testicular fortitude to be out there on the whim, not knowing if you're going to get paid or not. But the people that got the mindset of commission, there's no doubt in their mind that they're going to get paid because they got the energy to win. And then some people just like, nah, I like my stability. So, whether I talk to people or I don't, whether I work or not, whether I look at Pornhub when the boss not looking, whether I'm playing Centipede and that man playing Galaga, like that man's playing Galaga when the boss not looking, you on TikTok and shit, you still going to get paid. You know what I mean? But you're going to get your regular job pay, your 8 hours a day, whereas a commission person, and that's just the pros and cons of both. The commission person, he could double his earnings, and he could double your earnings depending on how much he or she's on her grind. So I just wanted to talk about that. And we ain't going to be on here long, like I said. Let's talk about this other youth topic, right? That's trending and going viral. unfortunately. And I probably will play the video of the gentleman. I don't want my Deadpool gun to fall off. So y'all familiar with the well, you should be, the unfortunately the 15-year-old, another 15-year-old boy, right? One that was slamming the girl on the head. Now this 15-year-old boy is deceased. He got killed out there in the Roy Watkins Park or whatever park it was in Queens, right? We know that the 18-year-old boy Jalen Pierre or whatever his name is, right? Allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of, even though we seen the video. So I mean, I'm gonna say allegedly, but we seen the video, right? So apparently, he flew to Jamaica. You know what I mean? Like, Jamaica, 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 Jamaica. Who I like tomorrow? I don't know, Billy Deacon. I'm definitely gonna ride with the Knicks at home, but I ain't look at the spread yet, so I ain't gonna talk sports yet. But if you stick around to the end of the show, I'll probably talk about it. Mutar, Sal Lake, and Rahmatullah. So we know he fled to Jamaica, right? And then he came back. So some people like he came back because he wanted to turn himself in, and some people like he got caught coming back. I think the latter is more realistic because if you get away, you get away, at least for a time being, right? Like now we on the run eating, you know what I mean? And if you get away, why would you come back? Unless you're turning yourself in. Do we get points for that? I don't know. But this video of this brother, who I will play, because I thought this was interesting. I really did. I thought this video was interesting. Where is it at? Did he remove it? It's a young brother. Oh, I think I got his page right here. Where is it at? Damn, let me look for it this way. I'm not following the person, but I think it's BNG Upclass. This is it right here. This is page. I'm not following this page, but he was talking about this shit.
Niggas will put you in a book bag and carry you on their back to Manhattan Bridge and throw you in there, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you?
Nah, this where's the video at? So he's talking about the Jaden Pierre dude, right? Because I guess he interviewed him. And people is on his page, they mad. Is this it right?
Crazy thing about this whole situation is that little boy got in contact with me, told me his side of the story. I got the other side of what happened. You know what I'm saying?
In my lifetime.
But there's a lot of people right now out there just saying like, yo, yeah, the police caught up with him. No, he actually came back and turned himself in. So while we were doing the interview, he wasn't even here. He came back and turned himself in.
We don't own the rights to that music they playing.
The little nigga has some type of remorse, but y'all are not willing to hear his side because what he did. You know what I'm saying? And now y'all bashing me for it, like I was there or I sent the hit. It's crazy, man. Y'all niggas need to get it together, bro. Y'all don't understand what's going on. I get the emotions from his family or from everybody else. Y'all niggas just trying to save face and y'all trying to look politically correct. Because I don't want to hear nothing from no niggas talking about free Dirk, R.I.P. King Von, and all of that shit, and then coming in the comment section and trying to be politically correct. Y'all niggas is lost causes. Y'all the reason why these kids are ending up in the positions they are right now. Because you niggas, y'all can't even guide yourself, bro. It's like the blind leading the blind. A lot of y'all niggas is still lost. Crazy thing about this whole...
Alright, so that wasn't the exact clip, but it is the same.
Boy got in contact
it is the same.
with
It is the same
side.
sentiments, right? And it's funny that he mentioned Little Dirk and King Von. I don't know who he is. I don't follow him. I did remember the name though. Good memory, right? And he got on the video I seen. He keeps circling his YouTube page, and I'm on YouTube, right? I'm a YouTuber, right? Even though we live on Instagram and we live on YouTube, right? So let me go to his YouTube page because in the comments they was eating him alive. Like, yo, fuck is you interviewing this nigga for? Just like he's saying. I don't know if that's being politically correct. I think it's it might be a little insensitive, and that's why anytime it's death, murder, kill, people unalive, and other people, when I talk about it on Pop If It's TV, I talk with I walk light so I don't piss the ground off, to quote Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, I'm outside, I work outside, and even before I had this job where I'm actually outside, I always been outside. So, a lot of people see you, you don't see everybody, because you're online. And it's easy to get line. It's easy for people to be like, yeah, let's go a light skinned nigga right there, be talking shit, or he was disrespecting my family or whatever. So, I know how I'm gonna react. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to defend myself at all times and stay on my pivot. But with that being said, I'm respectful because I wouldn't want nobody to disrespect dead people in my family or my loved ones, whether they was alive or dead, right? But you still gotta be your authentic self and call a spade, and it just is what it is. So I get that, right? But the reason why I said it's funny that he mentioned King Von and Lil Durk and people saying yo freedom is because when you go to the YouTube page, Pop, you handle everything. I appreciate that for sure. When you go to his page, I thought it was going to be more like interviews, and like I looked on his Instagram page, and it's totally different. You know what his YouTube page is about? Every video he's reacting to drill music. So niggas is in the video with the switches and the poles and all that, going, you know what I mean, all that shit the young kids is doing, and he into it and shit. And I'm saying, damn. So the young brother got in touch with you. Your whole page is full of some gang drill shit, kill niggas smoking on the dead. He reached out to you. You look relatively young. Are you possibly gang? Do you know the nigga? Do you didn't know the nigga? Like, who made that connection? And that's not really important. The thing where people are mad at him at is for giving the spotlight to this individual who just, took life. However, I do agree with the brother, and I don't know his name. His name is just BMG Upper Class. That's his Instagram name, right? What I do agree with is that same way we want to hear from, and not everybody, serial killers, Son of Sam, Alpo, right? A lot of people, even though all these years later, and I'll bring him up because I'm from Harlem. He from, he got money in Harlem. He did his business in Harlem. Y'all know the story. Paid in full and all that. Niggas die every day, B. Niggas get killed every day, B. Right? You could take it, right? You strong, right? People wanted to hear Alpo's side and why he killed Rich and all that. The family may not have wanted to hear that. All these years later, the womb is still could be the not the womb, but the what's the fuck, the scab could be pulled off the womb and you start bleeding, and you know what I mean? Like, life is life, and love for our lost ones, it never goes away. So you can just reminisce, see if a movie y'all used to watch together. You could cook a meal that maybe they cooked for you or used to always cook for them, and then just like that, you get emotional because these is your loved ones. They didn't want to hear him talking about how he dumped the body and where he did it, because I think that video, and I think he did a few interviews, but one interview in particular, what I'm talking about, he was like on the Bronx River, like this is where we took the body of that and all that. He told his side, right? So in this brother's case, the Jade and Pierre, they knew each other. It ain't like they didn't know each other. And then some people also were saying that, the young brother who was killed was gang too, right? And it's not far-fetched. I deal with high-risk kids every fucking day. It's not far-fetched because he's 14, because he's 13. These kids is active. And even if active, maybe not with the switch and actually doing the shooting, but active because they involved. They know who the shooters is. They know when it goes down. They know when it's about to go down because they're in the vicinity of it. You can't escape that part. He said he sound remorseful. He think about it every day from the little snippet of the interview that I seen, and then he like, yo, this up on my YouTube channel. That's right. He like the sign kept circling the channel, but when I went to the channel to look at the whole interview, I just seen a lot of drill rap reactions, you know what I mean? A lot of videos, and I hate drill music, not because it's talking about killing and, murder, death, kill, but it's the same cadence. It's the same, you're thinking and whack. I kill him and then it's back. I'm black and I'm black and I'm black. It's the same, like, it's no lyrical ability. It's no lyrical skill. I don't hear nothing that, I could drive around. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't think that I'm too old. I listen to hip hop every day still. Like, I still quote lyrics and shit on this channel all the time. I cover hip hop. So I just, it just ain't really my cup of tea. But anyway, so I'm like, damn, where's the interview at? I want to hear what this young brother had to say. remorseful and turned himself in. Maybe he get less time. Maybe it'll show contrite, and but it doesn't take away from what the family is feeling. It doesn't take away that they never gonna see their son again. It don't matter if you knew him or if it was a dispute or it was something leading up to it. The thing is, you just threw your whole life away. Cut your hair down, you know what I mean? You had dreads, you come back with no dreads, you know what I mean? Like, and you can see from the video when they walking them out of the precinct, the face, is written all over your face. You don't have to say your word. For those young beats, it's the R&B back in the early 90s. Like, you don't have to say a word because it's written all over your face. We clearly could see. And you could see mad that he maybe second guessing, turning himself in. Yeah, he cut his dreads off. He cut his dreads, or somebody did. And then now that leads me back to, before we get off this topic, to talk about the big trending topic. And then after that, I'll probably get out of here. But it leads me to what we started with, right? With the parents, and some parents that know their kids is outside and they want it to stop. Then there's parents that know their kids is outside, but they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, they know. They're with the shits too. So when I spoke about the 15-year-old boy who slammed the young girl on her head, y'all seen the moms. The moms is viral. The mom's like, she bullied my son. She pushed him down. Lady, your son is like this. This little girl is like this. She pushed him down, so that made him slam her on her head, then stomp on her head. Come on. It's not adding up. As Cam would say, the math ain't mathing, the computers ain't computing. Shit sounds stupid. But this is who the parents are. So you can say, damn, the kids is lost. Oh, but they fucking bozo, dumbass, bird brain parents is lost too. And then that brings us back to this story before we get off it. The mother and the father of the 18-year-old that fled to Jamaica, I'm sure they helped him. Where you get the money from? You ain't working. You know what I mean? You 18, you ain't got no flights to Jamaica, especially right after it happened. I mean, maybe if you book in advance, you know what I mean? Like, 2 months from now, 90 days from now, 4 weeks, 1 month. Right after the shit happened, you book and you fly up out here to Jamaica. Unless they cheap flights. I know when I went to Jamaica, it wasn't that cheap, right? You fly away and you go to Kingston, not Montego Bay and all the nice places. You went to the ruggedness, right? And, you know what I mean? You went to Kingston and you come back. But they said he died. They said he killed himself. They said, you know what I mean, making up stories and not holding them accountable. Now, maybe because of the backlash that they was receiving online, they said, shit, we ain't going to be able to get out of this. People is doxing us. People are showing up to our front door and, you know what I mean, like, yo, where's your son? And why you hiding him? And you should be responsible too. Kareem Akbar, you are the true leader of the CNB, and because your son did that, you going down too. And they're like, hey, I'm not going to jail for my son. Like, you know what I mean? You had to ask parents, like, they're going to send you to jail because your son is 13. 12, 15, 14, you're going to go to jail or you're going to lose your job. Then I bet parents would be more in their kids' business and in their life. Like, motherfucker, I'll be damned if I'm going to work every day. I don't bother you. I know you out there doing what you do, Anthony. I know you doing what you do, Johnny B. I know what you're doing, what you do, but you going to fuck my job up now? Fuck my livelihood up? Oh, now I'm going to kick your ass. The same way we want the cops to be held liable financially from their pension. See, we could boycott and, Black Power and Black Lives Matter and all that bubblegum shit, right? But when they're found liable and they have to pay us, or the people that end up getting the lawsuits, that doesn't come out of their money. That doesn't come out of the funds for the police, defund the police. It doesn't come out of their pocket directly like that one officer that was involved. It comes out of, right, you guessed it, right, the taxpayers' money, right, because Donald Trump don't pay taxes. The rich figure out loopholes. They make enough money where they don't pay taxes. We, the poor, people at the bottom, we pay taxes. And when lawsuits and shit like that happen, civil suits and all that, we pay them, the victims, that is. But we wanted to come out of the police pension so that way they could stop doing the fuck shit. Same way if parents was like, damn, my son did what to that girl? Or he robbed the store, he shot somebody, and I gotta go to jail? Guarantee you parents will be more active than they ever been Because who wants to go to jail for something that somebody else did? Even the good book, the Bible, and the Quran, and then all the religious books say that I'm gonna be held liable for what I do. You're gonna be held liable for what you do, and on the day of judgment, I can't be held liable for your shit. If you kill 10 people and I kill one, to kill one man or kill 10, it's all the same. Because besides, they can only kill you once. Now I'm gonna get judged from the one body I caught, and you, sir, will be judged for those 10 bodies. You don't give me your bodies, and I don't give you mine. Well, you got 10, you might as well take mine, and I'm scot-free. Oh, hell no. We all going to be judged accordingly. But it would make people say, damn, I got to go to jail for something my daughter did? My daughter did fraud, and I got to go to jail? Or I got to pay this money back? Then parents will be more involved. Let's talk about this shit, though. This is what got everybody in the frenzy. And then it looked like we almost been on here an hour. We're going to get out of here after this, probably. Let's talk about let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, your favorite light-skinned city boy. Your favorite light-skinned city boy, right? I thought I was the fave, but apparently this nigga is, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. And I won't talk about it in the gossip sense. They could just be pulling our buttons, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't really breaking. We just did that to get y'all niggas talking about us, right? But we seen the news. She crying at the Moulin Rouge tour, turning her face, looking like when she was talking to Gail. You mean like sexually? Yeah, bitch. We talking about sexually. Did you fuck him or did you not fuck him? I'm being funny, but I'm not. That look when she was crying and shit. You know what I mean? Like, listen. I knew it wasn't going to last, and I'm not no Nostradamus. I seen somebody predicting like, yeah, and I predicted it again, nigga. All the men had this shit pegged. We all knew this shit wasn't going to last. Only the ladies was in fantasy land. Remember when I said that men from the beginning, they not in fantasy land, and most women are. And that's not a knock, because I'm a man and I'm not a woman. That's just the reality. Men live in reality from day one, nigga. From day one coming out the womb, you are who you are before you got here. Women go into fantasy land. They start in reality, then they drift off into a fantasy land far, far away beyond the clouds. I'm just being funny, but I'm not. Men live in reality. So the women was like, oh, she finally got her it guy, and he brought a house together and all this other bubblegum shit. And niggas like myself sitting back like, that nigga Clay's devious. Booty clapping sounds. And did he cheat? Did he not cheat? Did she cheat? Did she not cheat? I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to get my jokes out. But now the reality and why I really want to talk about it, right? Yes, women are in reality. I mean, in delusional land. But did y'all really think it was going to work because he was a nice guy? Because y'all haven't heard nothing about him. You didn't know his track record. He's an NBA player. 4-time champion, more light-skinned than Drake. Don't you think this nigga ain't clapping chicks? Then you're a delulu. If you thought Klay Thompson, corny, goofy, however y'all, I'm talking to the ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? I'm talking to the ladies, right? This guy could be a notorious serial smasher. Notorious. He fit all of the pieces. And you thought, because she ran through Tory Craig, Tory Lanez, and all the people, like niggas got the list up, all the industry people, we don't even know about the other people, and that's her business. She wanted to ride the carousel of, the DVDs, then let her do that. That's her business. But, ladies, why men knew it wasn't going to last is because no man of value, even if they out there chasing the cat, because men and women are different. We can start there. I know for those that think we're the same, then I can't even argue with you. The baby, right? A lot of people. Men and women are different. Our organs swing outside of our bodies. Yours is on the inside, right? So when we do the we in and out. You keep that, we leave, right? Got to get a little graphic and biological for the people in the back. So a man that's worth his own shit, a woman that's been around on some Tupac shit, you know what I mean? or some Mason Puff. I've been around. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you been around, nigga may have a little fun, but they not really gonna stick around. And you can say, nah, I know plenty of people. No, you don't. You're lying. You may know one or two. You may know even three or four. You may know somebody that was a whore or fast or loose or been around as a woman that moved to Schenectady, they moved to Westchester, they moved somewhere else. So the men over there didn't know her track record before the internet, and then he ended up wifing her. Then when they come back for Thanksgiving around the way, and everybody looking at Tiffany and they looking at her new man like, do this nigga really know we all ran a drain, or do we know what? You know what I mean? Do he know the foul depths of hell she lived in? And I gotta be graphic and keep it a buck. I have to, because we know some people like that. I know some people like that, right? You say, damn, he must not know who she was. He must not know. Pretty much. That comment says it all. So we knew he wasn't going to stick around. And she like, you introduced me to your mom, you play house and all that, and she all emotional. The reason why I said that you may see it happen because these people are unknown. They're not famous. You're famous. You're a Megan Thee Stallion. He's a 4-time NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, he ain't looking good on Dallas, but you ain't taking them 4 rings from him. And I know Steph is still playing and he's the greatest shooter, but Klay Thompson is up there, guys. As far as his NBA ability, his talent, he's up there. So he's creme de la fucking creme. He can get anybody you want. Poor, rich, good looking, not good looking. You think he was really going to settle down with her? I didn't, and that's why, because too many of her relationships been public. Now, if he gets somebody that nobody knows that got the same track record or slept with the same amount of people, and he fall in love and he just like, I'm gonna rock with you, nobody knows. Unless TMZ starts digging and looking and say, you know, Tiffany from the block, she ain't Megan Thee Stallion, but she got more bodies, and we would have to go look for that. With Megan Thee Stallion, you don't have to look for that because it's already public. What's the other chick, Lori Harvey? It's already public. So the only thing I really can do with you is have my turn, have my fun. Did he cheat? Yeah, it's possible he cheated. I ain't gonna put it past him. Did she cheat? I ain't gonna put it past her. What's the dude name that was writing her raps? Another nigga she was with after Tory. Party Pontaine? Party. Exactly. I think it's Party Pontaine or Parfait or whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? She cheated on me. Then we know that she smashed her best friend guy, not just with Tory Lanez, but with somebody else. So you a serial smasher. You a notorious serial gobbler. You gobbling cereal, left and right. You a serial killer. So you think he don't have that in the back of his mind? Like, damn, I'm smashing it for now and it's good. And women may say, oh, that's some weak nigga shit. And you thinking about who she been with. It's like, I'm not thinking about it, but I can't hide from it. It's like a porn star. You be with a porn star. Now, some guys can probably be with a porn. Oh, you could beat off to a porn star, but you can't be with a porn star. No, I could be with her for a time being. Like the D is long, but my time is short, and I'm out. I'm not going to be with you on some relationship shit, knowing that you got millions of tapes and you getting gang banged and DB'd and all that. I mean, I want to live my fantasy out. You may say, well, that's foul of you. And I'll say, okay. I'll raise my hand and say, no, that is foul. If you want to put me on the foul train, I jump on the foul train. I'm a foul individual. I'm a dog and I chase the cat, but I'm not going to wife you. I'm going to pipe you, but I'm not going to wife you. And this is the last thing, right? That I want to tell women, because they online thinking that, you know, men is bugged out or we are haters and this and that, right? This is another thing women need to know. Listen to men, and we'll tell you if you listen. You can soak up a lot of game. It don't always got to come from a woman. You could just listen to the man. He going to tell you what it is because you don't know what it's like to be a man. You never been a man. Probably never really took men serious and listened to what the fuck we got to say. So when we say and try to give you the game, the raw, unfiltered cut, you run away and you go into Delulu land. Women will say this, right? Men love BBLs, right? Now, first before I say, men don't tell women, yo, we like natural bodies. We like natural faces and we don't like all that makeup bullshit. A little bit cool. A little wig when you performing for your man or your special occasion. Cool, we'll take that in the bedroom. Outwardly, we don't want that. But a woman to say, this. They'll say, that's not true. Men love BBLs. Because your girl don't got a BBL, but you on Instagram and you're liking a lot of pictures with BBL. You liking a lot of women that don't look like your woman. And I'll say to y'all, and I'll look in the camera because listen, hear me. I'm going to tell you what it is and why it's like that. You can have, say your woman is slim, and say that butts is natural, and you just keep liking butts on Instagram. You liking butts because you could go slim thick or you could go real thick. You know what I mean? You could go chubby thick or you can go slim thick. Right? You take your cake. The body is the body. It's what comes with the body. The attitude, the friendliness, they fit, how they fit with you. But say your woman is slim, but on Instagram you liking booties, you liking big butt booties, natural or BBLs. So women to see that like that's not true. Men say they want natural shit, but they always liking women with wigs and makeup and big butts. So here's what I want to say now to the women. Yes, my woman is slim, right? And I may like fat asses online. I may fuck fat asses if I get a chance to, because that's just what a man gonna do. But I'm not gonna be with them. The woman that's attached to that butt come with the boss babe and this and that and the attitude and all. Yeah, I may like and even go on a date and may smash. But then I'm going. Because the woman I'm with that's who I want to be with. She fits the model of what I want. I'll rock with her, nice personality, down to earth, not high maintenance, and we can laugh together, we can do stuff together. I found that. But yeah, I'll smash. So they confuse a nigga smashing or liking that's what we like or that's what we'll be with long term. And that could be furthest from the truth. So listen to me. You can chop it up and put it in the reel. Just because I like it on the gram or I look at it in the street. And what Kanye said. She got that ass. I got to look. Sorry. Of course I'm going to look. I'm going to like, damn, shorty could get it. That's about it. Right. Notice I ain't say nothing about the body. So the body doesn't matter. I mean, now if you have a preference in the type, then of course it matters. You may say, I like him slim in the waist and big titties. And I'm going to say, I may like him slim in the waist with a fat ass and big titties. I want both, motherfucker. You know what I mean? If I can have it. So, but then what comes with that? Is she cooperative? Is she friendly? Is she fit? Does she got an outgoing personality? Is she easygoing? Is she always fucking mad and an evil bitch? Or is she pleasant? You know what I mean? Do she believe in God? Is she honorable? Is she honest? You know what I'm saying? Is she going to follow suit? Are we going to be arguing in the streets and all that? I got to say, listen, I'm follow my lead. You know what I mean? Because you trust me to take the lead. Otherwise, why are you with me? All those things matter, and women totally throw that out the window just because you liking a woman that got a blonde wig on. Yeah, it may look good. It may look different, but I'm not going to be long-term with a woman with a blonde wig. I may pop, but not long-term. That's the difference. I'll take a dread or a natural-looking woman, an afro, as opposed to all of the, the Megan Thee Stallion wigs. And, then it's again, and we get off this topic, the dancing, the songs that she got, the wet-ass pussy and all this other shit. That probably was overwhelming for him, even though he probably is used to that. Because I'm sure he's a smash notorious king. How could he not be? Came in the league young, living it up, beat LeBron 2 times in the finals. And, you know what I mean? You that guy. He's still young in life. He just had the injury, so he was out the league for a little while. But I'm sure in all the circles that he traveled, he's the man. I'm sure of that. I'm sure his bread is long. So it ain't nothing he can't do. So of course he had he probably just shit is just on the low. And you don't know about Klay Thompson. Prior to them two dating, I don't even think I seen pictures of him with women dating out. Now I probably seen it but overlooked it because it's Klay Thompson. Seemed, got a little boat hat on, seemed a little reserved, kind of like seemed a little corny. Or now the women saying he corny because there's a lot of videos of him now. So now that's the corny nigga. Just like Michael B. Jordan, they the corny nigga till you come back with the Grammy. You know what I mean? And now you got it's all because of you. I'm feeling sad and blue. You went away and now my life is filled with rainy days. And I love you so. How much you ever know. Cause you took your love away from me. Like, come on. Now you crying the blues because you missed out. You know what I mean? Was there one more thing? I think not. I don't think so. Let me check. I think that was enough. I think. Let me check. Was there anything else that had happened? I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. I could go into some other shit, but not now. I got to get up early in the morning. It's 1 o'clock. We're going to end the show there. Tomorrow, y'all know we got the NBA picking with Pop. Tomorrow, my New York Knicks play. Let me see just the final score before we get out of here. So it looked like Detroit lost. They down 1-3 now. That series probably over. OKC swept They swept Phoenix, but they didn't cover the spread, so we won that game. And it looked like the Denver Nuggets is gonna win tonight. I figured they would win. I didn't think they would cover the point spread, but I didn't think they lose 4 straight, especially with Ant-Man and them being out. But that's it for tonight, guys. Appreciate everybody rocking with me live on Instagram, live on YouTube, etc. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we are unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Y'all be safe.